How's it going, knife fanatics? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, guys, we got us another unboxing video. I got a notification that a couple more Whatnot deliveries just got delivered. You can tell it's raining out, so but that's all right. You know what they say.
Won't be able to do much today.
Why not?
Well, if it keeps on raining, it'll be all wet and muddy.
They don't cancel rodeos for wet and muddy, son.
I'm gonna run down here and grab these deliveries out of the mailbox and get them inside and show you guys what we got. Appreciate you watching. Guys, we're back inside. You can see I got my two packages here. These should be the other two Rough Riders that I ordered on my newfound Whatnot addiction, and so these are going to be the next two Rough Riders in the collection. I ordered them all basically within like a day of each other, so the last unboxing I did of Rough Riders, I didn't have those. You know, I ordered those and then I came across these like the next day or the day after. So I'm all getting all these kind of basically at the same time, so I didn't have any other Rough Riders for a while and then decide to order more is what I'm getting to. These are all just my first big lump purchase. I figured I'm going to get into them. Let's just get in a different assortment of them and, you know, give them a fair shake, get a different, you know, kind of a large sample size to check out for the first time. And so far, with that first bunch I unboxed, I'm really happy with. This is one of those. If you haven't seen the first unboxing, go back and watch that. It was the last video that I did. This was one of those. And in that video, the unboxing, the tip of this knife was pretty rounded and dull, but it didn't take no time to sharpen up. It sharpened up fast within about 10 minutes and sharpened up pretty daggone sharp. So I'm going to been carrying it. This will be my first full day of carrying it to test it out. I carried the Hawkbill for a couple days. I really liked it. So now I'm going to pack this one around for a while and see how I like it. Let's use it to cut this package open here. Get in here. See how good it cuts that open. I mean, there wasn't much pressure at all. Good little knife. Sharpened up good. And I'm generally not a fan of stainless, but I have to say that sharpened up pretty well. So let's get this one out and see what we got here. This one is the Black Ice, and it was a buyer's choice type thing. And this is the show. They sent me a sticker, so that's cool. That is the Whatnot show. If you want to go check them out, they were really cool show. Didn't have a lot of viewers. They definitely deserve some more viewers in there. I really liked it. And I was just watching it because I enjoyed it. Wasn't really planning on bidding on anything, but I got, you know, just the way it worked out. It was a good deal, and it was a buyer's choice thing, and this is the one that I chose out of the ones they had up there, and it looked good on camera. So let's see how it looks in person here. This is again called the Black Ice Trapper. I assume it's stainless. Good looking knife though. I like them handles. Kind of like that moon shield on it. I'm feeling the back. If you watch the first unboxing I did on that first batch that I got, the backs on almost all of them had a bunch of rough spots in the liners for whatever reason, like little burrs. And I was trying to feel, and this one does have, so that I mentioned in that video, you know, I didn't know if that was a normal thing or if maybe it just something that had happened in shipping, but this one isn't as many, but there is some, so that must just be just a normal part of the manufacturing process. No big deal. Like I say, you can very easily polish that out. Just some slight little burrs I can feel in the brass liners, so no big deal. Let's get these blades open here and see what we got. Oh, this has got, I didn't realize this had a blade etch. That's kind of cool. Now, I normally am not a fan of blade etchings because they just wear off so fast, and once they start wearing, it just kind of ruins the look of the knife. But on something, you know, cheap like this, and I'm not really worried about having, you know, resale value or collectability anyway, that doesn't bother me. It's kind of cool. It won't last long, obviously, but if you use it much. But that's kind of cool. It's got a, I don't know if you'd call that kind of like a stone washed finish on the blade there, and then the black ice. And this edge is very similar out of the box to the others. Not pretty rounded. It's not really apexed very well. You could probably cut something with it, but it's definitely going to need resharpening, just like this one did. You know, it's no big deal. It sharpened up fine. Y'all seen how easy it cut through that package. So no big deal. We'll sharpen her up. But the overall fit and finish looks pretty good. That blade's a little better. It's kind of rounded on this side. Springs feel decent. Yeah, no complaints, guys. It looks, everything appears to be good. It's another one of those deals where we'll have to sharpen it and carry it, and only time will tell if it just randomly breaks or falls apart or won't hold an edge. You know, there's no way to know until we start sharpening them regularly and carrying them. So, but just overall, out of the box, looks good. It's a good looking knife. I like them handles. I like that shield. It's a really cool looking knife. So I'll definitely be adding that to the carry rotation, and giving you guys updates as we go on all these knives. Here on the farm, you know, I'm constantly cutting something, so they'll get put to use, and we'll know pretty quick, you know, as far as the edge retention and the blade, stuff like that, how they hold up and how they sharpen. So we'll use them, and I'll be updating you guys randomly as we go. But kind of glad that I do have it. It's a cool looking knife. I like that. Might be decent trade material too for some other kind of, you know, something of equal value, some other Rough Rider or something. Somebody out there has got something that I want, so glad I got it. So good, seems like a good looking knife. And let's check out this other one. Now this other one, I'm pretty sure is one that I bid on. You know, I was really wanting. I got a good deal on this one, on this next one, and I've been wanting this type of knife for a long time. And I had looked into, well, case was the only reason that I even had ever come across this pattern before. I've been aware of it for a long time, and I've wanted one for a long time, but the case version of this knife is pretty pricey, and I always kind of figured, well, if I did fork out the money for the case version to use this knife, what this knife is intended for, you know, the price of the case, I'd be kind of be in a situation where I'd be afraid to use it, for afraid of you know, something happening and tearing it up. And it'll make more sense to you probably when I open it and you guys see which pattern I'm talking about. And I just decided, I didn't know if Rough Rider made one of these. This is one of the ones I looked up when I was deciding to get into Rough Riders, and this was kind of one of my deciding factors to get into them. I seen that they also made this pattern, and it was very reasonable, and it's bone handles. I just had to have one. So I came across a Whatnot show, and the guy had one. I asked him if he had one, and he did, and he ran it. There we go. A little packing peanuts there. All right. What is this? Receipt thing. All right, here we go. Y'all make your predictions in the comments which pattern you think it is. Here we go. The Rough Rider Equestrian. I've wanted an Equestrian for a long time. If you guys have been watching the videos, the horses have you know, popped their heads in a couple of videos there, and one of these knives is actually practical and useful for me. I know, you know, there's some people out there just buy them for, you know, a collector's piece, and you know, because they do hold a pretty good value. They're not I don't know if you consider them, I don't know if they're really super common. I don't see them that much, but I know the case versions, you know, they're pretty pricey. And like I said, you know, in a horse environment, anybody that's been around horses, I don't care how well trained your horse is, you know, horses at the end of the day are still horses. They react to things sometimes at random, you know, kick out at things or whatever, and it'd be very, very easy for something like this that you're actively working with around horses to get tore up real quick, whether they just, you know, you happen to get kicked and then it's in your pocket and then it just shatters the bone handles, you know, or maybe you're using it, picking a hoof out, and you know they got a sore spot in the hoof or something, and you know they flinch or slam their hoof down, and you know, there you go, knife is potentially broken and destroyed. So for that reason, you know, I was always just afraid of getting a case, because if I got one, I wanted one to use. You know, it would be cool just to have a case version in the collection, I guess, but I wanted one of these because for me, out here on the farm, this is actually a useful, practical tool, and I do fully plan on trying it out and using it and seeing if it's actually a, you know, a viable option for what it's meant to be. And so let's just open it up here. And of course, I'm sure all you guys know what the Equestrian is. It's just basically a trapper with a hoof pick for a blade, and so I fully intend to test this out and see if this is a, you know, a legitimate, useful pick, or if it's just kind of a, you know, a, what would you call it, like a novelty thing that's not really useful as a tool. You know, I fully plan on trying it. I kind of wonder if maybe, if it's going to be a little bit too long for picking out. Any of my horse people out there that has actually used them, go ahead and chime in what your thoughts is on that. If you've got an Equestrian, a case, or one of these and have used it, it almost seems like maybe it'd be better if the blade was, you know, about that length. I don't know. We'll try it and see. I fully intend to try it, and if it works good, this is going to be an awesome carry around here. It is it's white bone, got some really cool, what would you call that, like pepper flakes in it, with some peppering in there, black specks all in the white bone. It looks good. It's a good looking knife. So I've wanted one of these for a while. Good springs on this one. Now this edge here, it's one of the better ones that I felt out of the box. That's pretty sharp. I don't feel a bunch of flat spots in that one like I have pretty much all the others. So that's good. You can hear it too. If I can get it close to the mic, you can hear it grabbing. So that's some good springs. Ooh. Yeah, really excited for this one. I hope hope that pick is actually works, you know, the way it's supposed to. That'd be cool to have a knife and a hoof pick together. And even if it don't, I mean, it's still got a good blade. You know, I can still pack it around and use it for something if it's not a very good hoof pick option. But I do fully intend on testing this one out, guys. So been wanting one of these, like I said, for years. I've always liked the concept of the Equestrian, and I think this will be a good one. So I was really happy that I came across this one. And I literally only paid $7 for this. I didn't mention that. I was, like I said, I asked the guy if he had any Equestrian Rough Riders on the show. He said, yep, I got one. And literally nobody else bid on it but me. And I bid, you know, it was $7. And, or well, I take that back. A couple people bid, but no one outbid, no one bid after I bid on it. It went up to $7. I bid whatever it was. The next bid was $7. I bid $7, and no one touched it after the $7. So whatever the I think shipping was like $4 or something, than tax or whatever. So you know, it was probably right around that $11-12 mark, and I don't think you can beat that. So good looking knife, glad to have it, and really good. Looking at the handles here, the fit on this one is really good. It's really tight on all the bolsters. There ain't really no gaps at all on this one. There again, it does have the rough spots on the liners on the back. But this is a good looking knife, man. I like it. Now, some people I've noticed, just watching other videos and even in my comments, I've noticed some people don't like the way they do their bolsters. And this one doesn't have the big R. I assume most people just don't like the big R on the bolsters. I don't know, guys. I like it. To me, it just gives it... I'm a big fan of, you know, the 40s, 50s, silver screen, hero era, cowboy era. I love those movies. I grew up watching all those movies. I have them all on DVD. You know, they've inspired my guitar playing, my music style, my dress style when I'm on stage. You know, if you go back and look at any of my older videos, I've got those 40s, 50s, you know, kind of more flashy, flamboyant patterns on shirts. I just love it. I love that era. I love that style. And so the other Rough Riders that I got with the big R, you know, kind of like, it looks kind of like a brand to me, and it reminds me a lot of like the Roy Rogers style R. I like it. I don't have no problem with it. I like flashy stuff, and I think the bolsters are really cool on those, and even these with the lines and the scallops there, just contours, whatever you want to call that. I just think it looks good. I like it better than just a plain bolster. Now, the only knife that I will say that the flashier bolsters, if you would call them that I think probably don't look as good is on the canoes. I think they look kind of funky on the canoes. I would rather have a more solid plain bolster with maybe like the R, just the R without all of this on the canoes. I think the canoes would look better, but the trappers and the stockmans and all this stuff, I love this look. And I actually wish this one had the R on it. I like the big R. I think it's cool. I do like the no shield look though. I think that's cool. I kind of like the no shield knives. That's kind of cool. But yeah, like I said, guys, I'm really happy to have this. There again, looks like a good quality knife. Oh, I didn't show you the show. Let's see. I'll cover this stuff up here. There you go. There's the show. So that was another great show. Another good guy, man. Definitely deserves more people than what he had in there. And if you use Whatnot, he's a good one to check out. Carries a lot of Rough Rider stuff if you like Rough Riders. And so yeah, happy to have it, man. Like I said, get this other one back out. Only time, of course, will tell how good they hold up. But you know, just from what you can tell from looking at them and out of the box and just holding them here, they're great knives from what I can tell, guys. Say follow along with the channel, subscribe if you want to see you know, the journey of how they hold up to being used. This one especially, you know, I do plan on using with the horses and packing it around. And you know, if some kind of accident happens and it gets broke, you know, it's not a huge loss like it would be with a case. So I'm really glad that Rough Rider makes these, and I'll probably definitely get another one. I want one of the amber bone ones too. I think that'd be cool to have. And I definitely am going to get, you guys know it's funny, the red Appaloosa bone. I told that story on that walk and talk I did about SJ Relics and Red Eyed Patriot sharing those red Appaloosa bone cases is what really drove me to go look up Rough Riders, because I found that Rough Rider makes those red Appaloosa bones, and you know, they're really reasonable and they look really good. And So all these knives that I bought to check out Rough Riders, I didn't even buy a red Appaloosa bone. So I am still going to get me a red Appaloosa bone. Before I buy one new, I guess I'll just throw it out to you guys if anyone out there has one cheap that they want to get rid of. You know, if I can get it cheaper than I would, you know, at Smoky Mountain or whatnot or eBay or whatever, you know, holler at me. Maybe we can work something out. But yeah, I am definitely getting a red Appaloosa bone. I love the look of that red Appaloosa and the black Appaloosa too, but the red one really stood out to me. I want some of the reds. I don't know what patterns, if they only make the one pattern in it or not. I'll have to look it up and see, but I definitely want one or two. And so anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching. This is my latest Rough Riders. I do have a couple more whatnot deliveries coming. They're not Rough Riders. One of them is just you know, a knife 10, and the other one is the other one. I don't know if I'll do a video on that one, but the other one is, I think it's going to be pretty cool. I couldn't see it very well on camera. It's an old piece. It's not new, but I'm really excited for it to see it in person. Like I say, I hope it's in decent shape. It looked pretty decent on camera, but the lighting and stuff wasn't very good. But so when that gets here, I'll be excited to show that to you and let you guys tell me what you think about it. But anyway, these are the two new Rough Riders, and like I said, from what I can tell, guys, just off the couple days that I've had them now, great knives. Like I said, this one was, the tip on this one was pretty rounded out of the box, and it didn't take any effort at all to sharpen that up. See if I got something. I mean, I cut the package open with it, but you guys seen that. But let's see if we got something else here that we can, yeah, here we go. This is like a stiff piece of cardboard off my sandpaper. Let's just see how it cuts on that. Yeah, I mean, like butter. I mean, that's, you can't argue with that. So, seemingly good knives, guys. You know, we'll see how it holds an edge. I may do a little edge test video coming up here and just really cut through a bunch of stuff and see how quick it dulls, and you know, something like that if anyone's interested. But good knives, guys. Happy to have them. I'm glad I decided to pull the trigger on them. And thank you to the people that recommended them to me when I was asking about them. A lot of you guys said I was going to like them, and I think I am, guys. I think you were right. So, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching. Feel free to comment all of your thoughts on Rough Riders. Let me know your experiences with them, good or bad. We want to hear them all. And I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Well, I was putting these the knives back in their boxes real quick. I was kind of done with the video, and I just noticed something about this box. I thought, you know, nothing serious. I just thought it'd be something to point out that I noticed. These boxes, I really like these boxes. This is a really high quality, nice box for the price. I really don't know how they afford to do it, honestly. I really like these boxes, but I noticed on this one for the Equestrian, it's just the same, you know, same piece of foam they use for the regular Trapper, and so because of that, the Equestrian doesn't fit in there. You know, it's not trimmed for the hoof pick. So, you know, nothing, like I said, nothing serious, just something I thought I'd worth maybe pointing out to people if they never bought one. So I may I'll come in here and do the best I can and just trim that a little bit to make that fit down in there better, because if you move this box around or try to transport it, it's just going to be flopping all around. It won't hold it, you know, it won't go down in the foam. So, you know, just something to be aware of, I guess, something I'd point out. But like I say, I'm not a complaint. I mean, it's cheap enough. You can't expect them to make a special mold, you know, on the line just for this knife that I probably, I mean, I don't know, it may be more popular than I think. I wouldn't imagine they sell a ton of these. Maybe they do. I don't know. You guys let me know. But, so yeah, I'll just come in here with like an X-Acto knife or something and trim that a little bit to make it fit the Equestrian a little better. So, again, guys, appreciate you watching. Just seen that when I was going to put it up. Thought maybe it'd be worth pointing out. And like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.